How's it going? I want to tell you a little story today, which I found particularly interesting about a referral that I came through, or like an affiliate code got used for some hosting on a platform that I use called. But then it led me down this path that I don't think anybody else would have envisaged when you first look into it. And I'll explain as I go on. So I have a subscription, a pro account with this platform called Card, which is for making responsive one-page sites for anything. So it's mainly used for like landing pages and little info pages linked to your social media, stuff like that. So I've got a pro account on that. Today I got a affiliate payout. So we make these little themes and you can get them at ihas.card.co and you can buy all of the themes for $27. And we broke them down into 4 different groups. So we've got like hustles, events, creative groups. So instead of starting off on a white blank page, we've started off different themes, different niches. So one of the niches that got bought in March was this cafe one. And one of the wonderful things about Card is in the notifications, you can see when you've received some referral earnings. So I got a 30% referral here for an upgrade or renewal, $5 sent. Not much, but autopilot, didn't have to do any work for it. But underneath, when I transferred the theme in March, it gives me the details of somebody, and then it also shows me the thing that they worked on. So I transferred them a copy of the theme, and then they'll rename it, work on it, and then put it on their own card. But in notifications, it gives me all that information. So obviously I was pretty nosy because it was like saffron and the sunsets, curry corn. I was like, tell me more about this saffron and sunsets curry corn. Sorry, I had my mic far away. Hopefully it wasn't too bad. So I brought it up and I was looking at it. I was like, oh, this is nice. Like I like the colors, very like vividy orangey pinks and the yellow and the oranges and stuff. Saffron and sunsets. What a great name. So I'm reading through it thinking, where is this restaurant? Family run curry corner tucked away in the lavender beds. So I was like, lavender beds, where's that? Is that like somewhere on the coast somewhere? Brought to you by the Thavnairian natives. So I'm like, is this like, I don't know, like Thailand or somewhere? So I'm reading and looking at the things, not really going into the detail of the pictures too much. Casual get together, cultural exchange, some warm storytelling. So like, there's got, normal stuff for a restaurant. This looks like there's somebody sitting in a restaurant. I didn't look into it too much. And then I started reading this with the help of her cousins, Gieda and Gara. She's ready to settle to show what about authentic Thavnairian food is all about. So scroll down more. And it's really nicely laid out. Curry, your choice of protein, stewed in coconut milk, and our secret. I'm thinking, this is great. They've got some great stuff here. And I just thought these were poorly taken photographs. And then I looked to the right, it was like 600G. I was like, where is the currency for G? And then as I'm starting to scroll down even further, I mean, we've got other stuff here, lassi, like drinks and stuff. And then as I get to the bottom, I'm like, oh, wow, this place looks really cool. It looks like it's on some kind of like, I don't know, Disneyland or somewhere. And at the bottom, it says part of Riverside Company and the River Community, which links to a Discord. So the Discord piqued my interest a little bit. And the address is just like, what is this? Light DC Twinania Lavender Beds Ward 14 Plot 6 Wildflower Stalls. That's not really address. So I put it into Google Maps, couldn't find anything. So then I did a search on that top bit, the Thavnairian natives. And it turns out that actually this is not a cafe in real life at all. This is a virtual cafe in the game Final Fantasy XIV. Now, I hadn't even considered that our themes would be used for a virtual cafe, not a physical. I always thought it would just be used for a physical bricks and mortar. To be able to find it being used for Final Fantasy XIV is wild. So I did a search looking for their main curry on there, which the first curry at the top is Hamza curry. So I did a search for that and I found like a wiki database for food that's in the game. And it turns out like you can't make this meal until you're like level 86. So my thinking is that this virtual store that has a website people who are lower than 86 and don't have all these things together, all the ingredients, the materials like the milk, the seeds, the flour, can't make this. And I'm presuming that this gives you a certain amount of XP or health in the game. And so these people have set up a restaurant where you can go and spend some of your gold to get that stuff, which I just thought was wild. So I did a bit more research and searching. And it turns out Final Fantasy has been out, Final Fantasy 14 has been out since 2010. The original came out on 30th of September. So it's been around for 10 years. And it's a massively multiplayer online role-playing game. But I presume it's had like loads of updates. And then I found all this other stuff. Is it free? Is it shutting down? How much does it cost a month? Like it costs $12.99 per month to play it. And then I did a bit of research on how many people are actually still using this, which has really set me off in thinking, oh my God, I really don't know anything about virtual marketplaces, virtual games that have a in-game currency that allow you to build things like this and build web pages. And so we're not marketing or doing any SEO whatsoever to people who play these games. So for them to find the theme on our card site and then build something out like this is pretty damn cool. So you can see in the last 30 days, 23,000 average players still playing this. There's 15,000 players playing 6 hours ago. And at peak players for this month so far, 37,000 people. So there's a lot of people still playing this game from 10 years ago. So how many communities are there online that have these like virtual assets, virtual spends? I know back in the day in Second Life, there was people who like sold fashion and were making, 5 or 6 people were making $1 million a year, the initial early people to get into that. But I just didn't even consider that our themes from card would be used to make a virtual store. So I just wanted to share that story today because I think it describes something that we forget, is that you don't know how those things are going to get repurposed. And I think having these little residuals running around the web where people can pick up your thing, pay for it, go and remix it and do something else with it. This has opened my eyes in terms of selling themes for in-game currencies, because obviously they had to use real fiat money to pay for it, $12, but they're obviously making enough money or they're investing in their hobby to set up a simple card website, which I presume that web page loads inside of Final Fantasy somehow, or maybe they have a link so in the Discord for you to go and check out. I don't know. It's wild. It's cool, but it's wild. I just wanted to share that with you today. Cheers.